Okay, let's start. I am Jessa Tenido, and today we're diving deep into the 5 school of Prenology. Basically, we're going to look at how this school disagree on why people committing a crimes and what kind of punishment they they think are the best. So, the first one, classical school. According to classical school, people have a choice and make decisions based on what makes sense to them. So, uh, we have a capability if a person who choose to what is right and wrong. So, why people commit a crimes? Crime is a choice people make. So, they think about whether they enjoy doing the crime and whether they get caught and punished. If they think the good things are better than the bad things, they do it again. So, what is punishment? So, punishment need to be quick, certain, and fit at the crime. So, the goal is to stop the person who did it and the other forms from doing the same thing. So, what was I think? The classical school is the basis of our justice system today, but it's the same access to information, which isn't true, it doesn't consider the like a poverty, mental health, and social factors. Let's say example, um, someone robs a bank because they think they can get a lot of money and not get caught. So the punishment has to be worse than the money to be might gets in the others to want to try, or the long prison sentence. So the next is positivist goal. According to positivist goal, crime is caused by things people can control. So ito yung taong may mga sakit na nakakomit ng crime due to brain problems, mental illness, or the bad experience, poverty, abuse, and or the lack of educations. Can make people more likely to committing a crime. So, what is punishment? So, we should focus on helping people and treating their problems. So, one is the goal is to fix the reason why they committed the crime to stop them from doing it again. So, help them get back into society. So, what was I think? So, I think the positivist could change how we think about the crime by using science for looking each person individually. Like, for example, someone commit a violent crime because they have a serious mental illness. Instead of just punishing them, we should give mental health care, therapy, and support to help them manage their illness and stop them from do it again. And the next one is Chicago School. Chicago School, it is the main idea, the environment people live in, especially the cities, has a big impact on the crime rates. So, bakit nakakagawa ng crime? Because of things like poverty, overcrowding, lack of opportunities, disorganization, and weak of social groups create place where crime can grow. So, their punishment is we should focus on solutions that help community to fix social problems and give opportunities to people who don't have them. So, this means investing in education, job training, or affordable housing and community policing. So, what was I think at Chicago School? Chicago School showed that we need to deal with the social and economic factors that causes of crime. So it knows that crimes is often a sign of a bigger problem in society. So let's say example, neighborhood. Neighborhood with high unemployment and bad school. Rise in gang activity. So ayun. And to give solutions include creating jobs, improving schools, and strengthening community groupings. And the next is neoclassical school. So according to neoclassical school, this is like the classical school, but it acknowledges that there are the reason why people might not be fully responsible for their actions. Like, why? Why to commit crimes? People have choice, but things like age, mental ability, how much they meant to do, and his situation they were can affect their choice and make them less guilty. So, ano ka ba yung punishment na pwedeng ipataw sa kanya? So, should consider each person's situation and allow judges to make decisions based on the specific person of the crime. So, example, young person commit a small crime, the court might think about their age and they haven't committed crimes before and that they could be helped to change. They may choose probation or community service instead of jail. And the last one is critical or radical school. So, what is critical or radical school? Crime is caused by unfair system, unequal power, or in the basis in the justice system. So, why people committing a crime? So, the justice system is set up to hurt certain group like minorities and the poor. So, crime is often a result of being treated badly, not having opportunities, and not being able to succeed. So, what is punishment? We need to fix the unfair system, change and justice system to give the power those who don't have it. So, this means fighting against unfair laws and practices supporting social justice and making sure everyone has the same chances. So, what is example for that? Let's say example, minority groups are arrested and jailed more often for drug crimes. So, the solution is include changing drug laws, fighting against racial bias in policing and sentencing, and investing communities that have been hurt most by the war on drugs. So those are the differences, the 5 school of Prenology.